screenshot I just took, and we'll set it to that. Yes. And now my custom white balance is set if I'm going to be shooting in that same surrounding. You have your white balance, so you have the option to go in and add in your own custom tones, green, blue, red. So that's where we'll end up. I don't even use this very often. I'm sure certain project people that shoot photography on a daily basis and edit and stuff like that literally live off their photography. Use this a lot more than I would. So, but you do have the option to go in and kind of preset where you want to set your white balance at, depending on color tone. You have the color space. I have it set to Adobe RGB. Some people like the sRGB. Picture styles. You have your picture styles, of course. This is also where you would load in CineStyles. You have CineStyles. And then you have your dust leak data. And that's just another form of sensor cleaning. And it helps delete dust. If you guys are interested in me doing kind of it's probably about 2 to 5 minute tutorial on how to use this a little more appropriately, just leave a comment. If I get enough people that are interested, I'll take the time to actually show you guys how you use dust delete data. It's pretty simple. You will need a lens that zooms out or is zoomed out to further than 50 millimeters to be able to do it. All right, let's move on here. So you can protect your images, rotate your images, erase images, print order, transfer order. All of these things are pretty self-explanatory. So highlight alerts, AF point, histogram, slideshow, if you want to set up slideshow, image jump. So as I was showing you guys in the first video, how the dial jumps by 10 images at a time, you can do it in less than that, 100 images, 1 image at a time. However you want to set that up. Your wrench. So power off. This goes off at 2 minutes. If I just leave this alone for 2 minutes straight, it will shut down. Auto rotate. Format. So if you want to format your card, that's where you want to do it. Now the reason I have all this crazy stuff up here is because I do use Magic Lantern. Menu. File numbering. I just have to set the continuous and then select folder, and you can set up folders and stuff too if you want to, and I guess put images in them as well, which is kind of nice. I do not know if you have that option to keep that. Print. So we have LCD brightness. I leave it in the middle for the simple fact that it eats up more battery life when it is set to full blast. To if I bring it all the way up to, it's more than bright enough for me, and that's what I use, and I really like it. But why waste the extra battery juice when I don't need to? There have been many times that I've run out of battery when I needed to shoot, and if that was full blast, I would run out even faster, sooner. Your date and time, language, NTCS or PAL. If it's NTCS, you're going to get 60 frames per second. Oh, well, I guess they don't have 60 frames per second on the 5D Mark II. But anybody that has a T2i or T3i, you can change this in the same fact. If you're shooting 60 frames per second, and you want to switch over to 60 frames per second, switch back to NTCS and not PAL. Sensor cleaning, and then your live view functions. And you can go in and set up some of your live view stuff right here. So you some information. So if you want to set up your 24 frames per second or 30 frames per second at 1920 by 1080 and 1920 by 1080 for video function. So we're going to go over the video functions in depth a little bit more. This is kind of all your Ruby functions right here. I'm going to go over that in depth a little bit more in part 3. So stay tuned for that. All right, let's move on. Okay, so you have your battery info here. It's kind of cool. It gives you some information about your battery. Info button there. External speed light control. So you have controls over your speed lights. I haven't messed around with this much, but mainly this will be control. Now, this does not have a wireless setting in it like the T3i does, so you would have to have it synced over here to the left with a sync cord, or have a flash on the top controlling it from there. Camera user settings. Now, we went over this earlier. This is how you preset your settings for C1, C2, and C3 for your custom settings. As well, you can go in and clear all the settings if you want to and start from new. Clear settings. This also does the clearing of the settings as well. And then this is your firmware. Again, my firmware is right here, 2.1.2, but because I have Magic Lantern on it. It has an extra amendment here, which ML version 2.3, which is the newest version of Magic Lantern. If you guys like to know anything about Magic Lantern, I'll put up a link right now over on the left side of the screen up here. And if you guys are down here, maybe it's better. And you guys like. All right, so this is one of the nice features of 5D12 that most cameras do not have that are in Retina series. And this allows you to go in and set up these functions. Now, each of these functions are set up individually with each dial here. So if it's C1, C2, C3, go over here in a second, and I dial in mode, it's going to remember that and it's going to keep those functions. So here you have 7 different options. So the first one is exposure level increments. Far as your stop, you can change this to 1/3, 1/2. Half off, which is nice. So that is what all of those functions do. And we'll go back to them. There's a bunch. We're not going to go through all of them. So each individual one has different things. These all have to do with your get tone priority, turn on, tones, but just your battery information. Extra. So again, I've got Magic Lantern.
Hello.
And you guys really should click on that. So again, I've got Magic Lantern. And check it out. You guys really. So that is. Check it out. But it's
Hello.
Get it?